one. Good morning and welcome to our New Year's Eve edition of Risk Raiders.
This is your bonus episode, everybody. You earned it. You deserved it. You've struggled with us for the last 4 months. This is a gift, actually, Brent. This is a gift that we're giving to all of our special subscribers. We love you.
We love you.
Hold on. It's going to be fun, right?
And I might add that, do you have a new hat?
I am your baby New Year. Baby New Year. That's right. It's not really new. It's hard to believe that I actually wear this thing.
Well, what's surprising is that you had it like in inventory.
Yeah. This was not a new purchase.
And others.
Yeah, this is what my counselor and I talk about a lot. My mentor.
Your mentor.
Me and my mentor, we sit and talk about these things.
I love that hat.
Yeah.
Man, you got to tell me where you got that. I need that hat.
I got to tell you, many moons ago, we would do these, and we still should be doing them, but they're just due to some politics and stuff. But one of the hospital systems, we would go, believe it or not, every month, and I would dress up in a costume to put on just a party for any of the kids that were there, whether they were sick or they were getting treated for cancer. We'd go to the hospital and just kind of spend an hour or two. And so,
that's nice.
Yeah. So we invested in some fun, really good costumes. Cause I was telling you earlier, like, you don't want to see Superman walking around in the plastic,
Yeah, it looks cheesy.
Yeah. And you can't wear your tennis shoes like with the Superman. You got to have the boots. I mean, I'd go all the way, because we'd put on these. So this, I think, was my baby New Year costume. And I did not do the diaper. I don't want to hear any crap that I'm going to the children's hospital wearing a diaper, because no one would ever get well after that. But they'd be like, man, we just lost 3 kids after you came in. I'm really sorry. It was just and they were all in for the flu.
Well, I think that's something there about if you're gonna do a costume, do it right, go all the way. Kind of like that guy at your daughter's wedding. That guy had a costume. That was
guy.
For real.
Well, I think that was like a work uniform. I mean, I think that was like, that's what he wears.
Might have really been Santa Claus. You know what I mean?
Could have been. I can't even find a suit that
Santa
good.
Claus.
Oh, it'd be great. And by the way, for those of you who don't really like us drinking on camera, it's going to happen today, because you know why? It's New Year's Eve. I'm not working today. We're doing this for you. This is like extra. I can't believe we actually left our families. Everybody's struggling right now. And we're here because we love you people out there, our fellow podcasters. And I'm going to go ahead and do the disclaimer, because we're going to talk about a little bit about risk management or insurance, whatever. But you need to remember, you can tell by the hat, we're not professionals here today on the podcast.
It's very clear now with the hat.
No. We're not giving professional advice, because if you took professional advice from this, it's your problem. No, you need to call your agent, your attorney, your accountant. Anything we talk about here, you need to listen to it, put it back in your quiver. Then when you go talk to your people, you say, hey, look how smart I am. And you're going to say, yeah, Risk Raiders, and have those agents, those attorneys, have them listen and like and subscribe. We'll teach them some stuff too. They don't know half the stuff we're talking about. Ooh, that sounds bad, doesn't it?
No.
I'm on fire today. I'm ready.
Some don't.
It's the end. Yeah, some do, some don't. Y'all will figure that out pretty quick if you can do what we tell you to do today. So anyway, today, Brent, we are going to do a couple of things. We're going to wrap up 2025. We're going to give y'all a last-minute list of some of the things you guys need to make sure you're doing now to get started in 2026. We're going to be back here in a couple of days on Friday for our normal podcast to talk about what's coming up in 2026. But today was year in review. It's year in review day. You guys should walk out of here and know some stuff to go make your lives better, to protect your families and your businesses, to get with those professionals we talked about. We're going to cover that, and then you got to hang in, because then we're going to really go over the real stuff we taught you, the most important stuff we taught you, things that maybe you find in an insurance policy and some things you just need to find in life. And we covered some of that. So we're going to cover that today, Brent, as well, too.
Well, and at the end, as usual, we're going to talk about Texas Tech, because we're on the cusp of a historic, the most important football game we've ever played.
I see it. And when you say it like that, okay, we can't even go there. But when you say it like that,
I'm so scared.
I feel like I need to stop and pause and go in the men's room for a second. But I'm going to hold it in, and we'll get to that conversation. Yes, we are going to get to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to first of all thank you very much for our inaugural I guess first, we started this at the end of the last quarter of 2025. It's been a lot of fun. We're glad you stuck with us. But here's some things, seriously, for just a moment, we want to give you that you need to start doing at the very first of the year. So you make sure you start off the year right, make sure a few things are connected. And I'm going to let Brent start this baby off for us. Brent, what would you think? What are you going to cover? Home? Are we going to talk about for your home? If you want to
Yeah,
run the home?
let's talk about a couple of quick things on your
Yeah. What is
home
that?
policy, home coverage, or home risk management program. Let's say it that way.
Yeah.
Uh, do look at your home value, and I know everybody tries to keep that down to keep the premium lower, but make sure you got enough coverage on your home. If that thing were to be destroyed by some sort of an event, you don't want to be sitting there with not enough coverage and have to bill back less. Do that home inventory we talked about. Just walk around with your cameras, video on. Just take some videos in every room of every wall. I mean, this is a 5 or 10 minute thing. You can walk through your house, and it's not a complete solution, but it's something that you would have that you can go back to your company with if you were to have a fire and you don't. I don't know what I had in there, and so do that quick video inventory.
Oh, can I just throw something in? When you do that video, I found this out a couple of weeks ago. Make sure that no one's just gotten out of the shower. I'm just saying the video is important, but I would maybe do that knock, knock, door thing.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah. I mean, because that my home video turned into a whole nother video that we're not going to talk about. So go
Not
ahead, Brent. I'm
going
sorry to
there.
interrupt.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I think that's good risk management.
That's the hell of a
while you're
risk
there.
management tool.
But do the easy risk management stuff that can prevent loss.
Yeah.
Winterize your home. Make sure your pipes are wrapped. Make sure that you've had your roof looked at and it's all nailed down and squared up good. And then I know that I harp on these things a lot. Get a water shut off device.
Are you selling those?
I'm not selling them, but I honestly, I'm a big believer.
It's true.
That's
You
where
really
we
need
see the
this,
biggest
folks.
homeowners losses now. I mean, most roof losses now are excluded by deductible or actual exclusions. And so, roof's not a big deal anymore. Water losses where we really see the big 50, 60, $70,000 claims, and they're preventable with a water shutoff device. So please take a look at them. They're not super expensive. Your plumber can put them in. You've got to deal with an app on your phone, but everybody's got phone apps now, so it's not a big thing.
No,
I just think it's huge.
I
I
think
just think
so.
it's huge.
Man, those are great, folks. If you just do those few things, and you know what's great about what Brent just told you about, that stuff hardly cost you any money. I mean, you're going to invest in the water shop. It's worth it. Plus, it increases the value of your home. If you go to sell it, people love having that stuff. If you're going to do it, it's not a big deal. And changing those things on your home, we're not talking about costing you money. You sit down with your agent, go through those things. It's very, very simple. So I guess I'm going to take auto, right? So
Yes.
auto, we've talked about auto. Go back and listen to the shows on that. I tell you this year, right now, sit down, pull out the policy, sit off, look at it, pick up the phone, call your agent when you want to talk about this, but you need to review your liability and uninsured and underinsured motorist limits. Yeah. I mean, I know people, it's kind of like that home value thing. You want to keep your limits lower because you like the premium, but the liability is the unknown, folks. And there's so many uninsured motorists. We've talked about this. Make sure you get some limits. Sit down with your agent. Talk about how much claims are costing. What could happen if you hit more than one car? What would happen if it was more than one person, right? Get out there and just spend a little time and think about it. I'd say, when it's possible, because this marketplace is kind of volatile with prices, try to bundle your auto with your home if you can. We're actually seeing last year, I've seen more separations from them, but I think the market's going to come back on a little bit better here in 2026. We're putting them with the same carrier. That can save you some money.
If you can, yeah, we're
If
still
you can,
separated a
it's
lot here in
still,
Harris County, but I
yeah,
think
it's
you're
not
right. I
as
think the
strong
market's
as
going
it
to
used to
soften up.
be. It's not possible all the time, but at least ask the question of your agent, right? And just have them explore it.
Absolutely.
That's
Especially if you're going to buy an umbrella, it's better to have all the coverage in one
oh my
place.
gosh. Yeah, it's just easier, but it doesn't always work. The other thing I'd have on there is when you have comprehensive or collision deductibles on your home, first on your car, excuse me. First of all, decide on which cars or if all cars need that. That's a decision to have with your agent. Talk about it with the age of your vehicles, the value of your vehicles. But then look at those deductibles. If you can afford higher deductibles, if you could really write that check, you should really consider it. It's going to save you some premium.
Yep.
Uh,
Save
but
some money.
but don't get a deductible that you can't afford either. I mean, if $2,500 is going to knock you into the red zone, I mean, you need to think about that too. When you're buying these policies, don't make decisions. Think about it. And then the last thing I would say is some of those little ancillary coverages on the auto policy that you don't really think about until you need it, such as towing and rental car. Some of these carriers offer kind of like AAA services and identity theft and those sorts of things. Those are things, sit down with your agent, find out if you need it, because some of these you have to have some other coverages in place to use them. That's what I would do for auto right off the first of the year. You got anything else on that one, Brent?
I don't like the services that you buy from the carrier, honestly. I
Yeah.
know I'm gonna get shot for that, but like a lot of the carriers want to offer you the roadside assistance. I just don't think that's what they do well. And if you're gonna buy that, I'd say buy it from an outside service, honestly.
Yeah.
I just don't think they do a good job with it. And I would consider whether you need rent car coverage. If you got more than one car, it's
Yeah.
like 30, 40, $50 a car. I'd drop it off if you don't really think you're gonna need it. Now the towing, I don't know, they're bundled a lot of times. Towing can be expensive,
Well, it can
frankly.
be. And that's the thing of when you sit down with an agent, because you can sit there with somebody and go, okay, these are these things. Some people try to throw them on the policies. Some people don't ever talk about it. That's why you sit down with your agent in your own circumstance. That's why we always tell you, get with your own agent. And you'll determine how many cars, what would happen? What would happen if the car is out of service? What if I needed towing? What if, are there other options? But you need to have the discussion. This is the best time to do it, right?
And check your cars. A lot of times the dealer will sell you a car and they'll go, "Oh, you've got coverage, it's automatic," and they'll send you off the lot with the car and you'll forget to call. Eventually, the automatic period of coverage plays out, especially after the policy renews, and you can have the wrong cars on there. So usually
Surprise.
it gets caught, but if you don't have a lien holder or something like that, I mean, it can slip through the cracks. So make darn sure you got the right cars on the
Yeah.
policy.
Yeah. Make sure if you're going to buy one here at the end of the year, call your agent.
Call
Just
your
call
agent.
them. Don't trust any of these built-in things. Just call. They're
And
waiting to
ask
hear
how
from
much
you.
that car is going to cost to insure, by the
Oh
way,
my gosh, some of these cars are
before you
crazy with
buy
all the
it,
technology. How much is a bumper now? Like $1,800?
like
It
a
used to be
million
like
dollars.
$200. Crazy, stupid. So anyway, that's just a few things. Auto owners, get out there, get those things wrapped up here at the end of the year and the first of the year. So 2026, you're cruising and you're happy. What are you going to tell our commercial clients out there, Brent?
I was thinking about over the last couple of days of kind of what we've talked about a lot this year and where we need to go into the new year. And I think for businesses especially, and I would say this for personal lines too, be thinking less premium and more risk management. In other words, we can't afford to do everything with a policy anymore because the premiums are so high. So we have to really, I think, embrace the concept of doing some real risk management. Let's try to transfer and eliminate or mitigate the risk as much as we can and buy less coverage. I know that's blasphemy, and my staff's probably going to run in here and shoot me in a minute.
Patty's got a
But
call. Oh, there she is right there.
there, yeah, look out.
Turn
I
off
mean,
Brent.
higher deductibles and exclusions are a reality we have to deal with now. So we really got to do some proactive risk management, especially on the businesses. Let's think about ways to not have to buy so much coverage because it's so darn expensive. But really, again, like in the home, let's review our limits. Let's look at our building limits, make sure we got enough on our building to replace it. Uh, because we've been fighting those valuations for years. Again, a lot of times, uh, make sure you've got what you think you have. Make sure you've got business interruption coverage if you want it. That's a critical line of
Yeah.
coverage.
Have
It's
that
very
discussion.
expensive a lot of times. Um, Make sure that you've looked at your vendor contracts and the contracts you use with your clients. Make sure you're not extending or exposing yourself to some liability there that's unnecessary.
Did you just say
Make
exposing
darn sure you're
yourself?
getting certificates of insurance from everybody you deal with. Make sure of that. That's an absolute necessity.
You just told our viewers not to expose themselves.
Well, don't do that either.
Employment practices, review
Yeah.
that. Really bad
You know,
idea.
Yeah.
Don't be
I
doing
mean,
that.
you know.
But you're right,
Uh,
man. These contracts have gone out of control. They've been written by legal people that, it's hard to understand. And agents, when they get these things with certificates, you need some guidance. So when you get those contracts, you're going to do a new job for somebody, get with your insurance agent, get with your attorney, get with the professionals to make sure that, you can do what it says it's going to do, and make sure, you might decide you don't want to take on some of that exposure.
yeah, don't contractually obligate yourself to something before we've checked it out, because a lot of the stuff they try to get you to indemnify them for is not insurable. It simply
No.
can't be done. And so you need to make sure you've not agreed to do something that you can't do or you can't afford to do. I mean, I have lots of clients going, I signed this new deal, but it says I have to have a $20 million umbrella. Well, we can't get that for you. But
Well,
anyway,
this is not the Oz land. Okay,
yeah,
that's not going to happen. We're
we
not
can't reach into the
we're
rabbit
not in
hole
Kansas
and pull
anymore.
it
Let's
out.
start
Even if
Kansas
you've got a
people out
hat
there.
like you've got on, we can't reach in there and pull
I
a
don't know,
rabbit
man.
out of it.
Mine's a magic hat. I could pull, well, I'm not going to say it.
Maybe not. The
That's
last
right.
thing I would say too is look at your employee handbooks and
Safety
employee
manuals.
manuals, all those kinds of things. Let's give
Yeah.
them a look and make sure they're up to date.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is that this year we've tried to help you all, and we're going to continue in 26. We're not here to push insurance policies. We're not here to push anything like that, because some things are insurable some things you probably shouldn't insure. That's up to you and your business and your professionals. But you need to open your eyes, pay attention, and look at your options. But these things that we're talking about here are simple things to do. Most of them are procedural things to do. We're not here to jack up your premiums or to make your life harder. But you do these things, and then you're going to find out. Didn't tell your agent that you're doing these things, because they can put that on applications, man. They can put all that stuff. When you update buildings, when you update your manuals, let them know, because they're looking for everything in the world to tell the carrier, this is a great risk. Let's get them the best premiums, right?
Yeah, you want to have the best story you can go into the underwriter about your business or even
Yeah.
your personal too. Is that, hey, my business is cleaned up. We've got, our roof's been looked at. We've got systems in place and risk management procedures in place to mitigate the exposures that we feel that we have. And that's a great thing to say
Oh,
and
that's
have in your
great.
story when they go to renew your coverage or shop for or better premiums. So, like I say, less premium, more risk management. That's the
Yeah.
touchstone.
Yeah. And you're going to find too that these things will help you if you're doing the business stuff. They're going to help you actually on other things that help you make money. So
Yes.
that's a good stuff for you, and it helps you with your relationships it builds your credibility, your image, all those things. Think of it in terms of creating your asset instead of everything's an expense, because that's what we're here for, is to help your business and help everything grow safely, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Man, I feel good about 2020. Man, we taught people a lot of crap. I mean, we really should charge for this.
I don't know about you, but I've been having fun doing it because I feel like we
Telling
don't
you.
get to talk about this with our clients
No,
enough because the premiums become such a barrier
I
and people
know.
are so upset about how much everything costs. We don't, a lot of times don't get to talk about
No, we
risk
don't.
management as much as we should because they're so upset about the premiums. And I get it. I totally get it. But man, I've had fun kind of trying to enlighten people about some ways to reduce your exposures and manage your risk better.
Yeah, and that's what Risk Raiders is all about. We're here just to give you the tools and the things. But man, for us, I'm telling you, these are the things you do. You're going to just be so much happier. But Brent, those are important things. Those were important things that we did. We're going to keep doing in 2026. Y'all are going to love 2026. We're
Man, we
going
got
to
some
have to
great
talk
stuff.
about it. We're going to have another show on Friday, but I'm just going to tell you, you think we've shared anything with you? It's just started. We're going to give it all away. We're going to get people to help us. But 2025, we learned some other things, Brent. I don't know if you
Yes.
remember this. It's been a while. We've been doing this since, I don't know, October, September. I don't know when it was. I will just make it up, October. But there's some things that we learned, and I think that you and we've grown a lot personally, and hopefully we helped y'all. But we wanted to cover some of the real stuff, the meat and potatoes. And I made a little list here of the things that I learned, and maybe we'll see if you feel the same way. Number one thing that I learned in 2025 was that it's okay to cheer at tennis matches. I found out that the people who want to yell at you for cheering at tennis matches are wrong. Bad people, mainly. They need to grow up. They need to get a life. But you people who support tennis players, whether it's professional, college, or your own high school, junior high kids, you need to cheer, because if you don't, you're a bad parent. I learned that.
Cheer freely.
Cheer freely. Number 2, tailgating is a treasure of the American society. And the only problem with the thing that can only make your tailgate better is inviting the risk graders.
Yeah, bring
Now,
us along.
I'm telling you, we changed some people's lives this year for the better. It changed our lives. We saw some things that I don't know if we can't even talk about
Can't
it.
go there.
Tailgating is great. Third thing I learned this year was men, for God's sake, quit wearing the flip-flops to sporting
I think we've
and
covered that.
entertainment events. And you know, when I was thinking about it's sporting and entertainment events, but then I added this caveat because this is the real kicker. It's anywhere really that food is being served.
No, it's simpler than that. Flip-flops are only for the beach.
Flip-flops are only for the beach. And I feel it more for men than I do the ladies, but gentlemen,
Women
you've
can
got to
wear whatever they
understand
want.
that they're not made. If you were listening to Brent's episode the other day about Captain Underpants,
To bring that up
boxers aren't
again.
shorts, flip-flops aren't shoes.
Right.
We've taught you that. And you're going to find that people in your family will appreciate it and you're going to get invited more.
Yeah.
So, God almighty, put the flip-flop in the shoe category where they belong, beach only. And I like that, Brent. That's what I'm going to go with, beach
Beach
only.
only.
And then 4, I think you and I, we learned a lot about life's choices this year.
We don't seem to, well, yes.
You've got to go back. If you don't know what we're talking about, previous episode on choices, but I'm going to just square this up for you in 2 points. If you're a business traveler, don't be the guy or the girl that when you land on the tarmac of that new town, the first thing you do is go onto your Bumble app. Don't do it. Nothing we've learned. Don't do that. This is not personally we learned. We heard and we learned and we shared. And then if you're that guy or gal who does that, don't make that choice worse by agreeing with the prostitute that you met on Bumble to participate in experimental ED drug injections into your Willy Wonka. Now, I never thought I had to learn that lesson. I don't feel like I'm ever going to apply it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but
that was a very good lesson.
But we
for
learned
people.
it. And you know what? If I'm ever like every time I'm on an airplane now and we land somewhere,
You're scared
I'm
of it.
looking
Don't touch your
around to
phone.
see like who's going, oh, what am I going to do tonight? And I'm like, no, you got to go to Rest Grader. I highly recommend you go back and check out that episode. The 5th thing I learned this year, and I learned this is personal, I learned to never, ever schedule a physical within 48 hours of Mr. Borgstadt staying the weekend at your house. And I think we found out, you have another friend probably right now who's nodding.
Yes, it happened again.
It happened again. You're killing, you work for the drug industry. He's the pharmaceutical man. He's the pharmaceutical guy. And the final thing I learned, and it's still in effect from last podcast, gentlemen, we have tried to save you. Hopefully you have stayed out of the doghouse this year at Christmas. We gave you the 4 tips. Remember, you still got to hang in there. It's a whole nother weekend. You got to watch that look. Hopefully you said no to the eggnog, but if you didn't, you damn well know that you should have. The wardrobe issue, hopefully we're past that, but some of you guys get a little funky here doing the watching the football with the scratching and all this stuff. Watch it, because there's always a little punk with the camera, right?
Never know.
Always.
Everybody's got a camera.
And then the one that I almost dropped the ball on, my words. Watch your words, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it is not going to be a good year for you if you don't do that. But those are the things that I really took away, probably more than the other stuff, but those are life lessons right there.
Absolutely.
And you guys need to jump on board, watch those episodes, like them, subscribe them. And, you know, honestly, you got to share them with people because that's the gift that keeps on giving. But the true gift this weekend starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. And I'm so nervous.
I feel like I'm about to be shot out of a cannon. I'm scared and excited at the same time. It's been such a wonderful year so far.
I know,
because we've gained. People have had to recognize Tech's football program who in the past were just like, oh, you guys are just, whatever. Also rans. Not this year, my friend. Not this year. Not so fast.
No, no matter what happens on this game.
Our defense is incredibly good.
Oh, I'm just so, man, I love to watch them tackle people. I
It has just been so fantastic to watch them
ah,
bust up good offenses that looks like, oh, we're going to have trouble because they're starting to get a momentum. And then our guys just go, no, we're going to blow you up.
no,
And they do.
they
And
do.
I'm telling you, these guys are just fantastic. And I've let myself start thinking about maybe we could go all the way. And I'm just scared because I'm so excited and I'm so thrilled. And I'm just having to catch my breath a little because, man, this has really been a ride.
Oh,
And
it's been so much fun. And regardless what happens, I mean, this no matter what happens, it's been a great year. But here's what we need from you, our friends in the podcast world. I know not all of you are Red Raider fans, but there's an organization here in Lubbock when I was here a while back that was all but one. You know, you were allowed to, if you were from Lubbock, if you're in Lubbock and you were supporting another school, you agreed that you'd support Texas Tech until we were playing your school. Then you were okay to wear your crap. And we wouldn't say anything to you. Now, we did talk about you behind your back. We
absolutely.
did. And I got to say, you know, when you turned your back, we did things. But we supported your ability to do that. And I'm asking each and every one of you outside, look at me. Look deep down. Look deep down. It doesn't hurt to pull for the Red Raiders tomorrow at 11
Yeah.
a.m. You're a better
We're,
person for it.
we're
As soon as,
talking to our Aggie and Longhorn
yeah,
friends
and our
and,
Kansas
and,
friends, we
and
got
our
everybody
TCU
out there.
friends who won a big game last night on the final
Right
play,
at
which
the
was
last,
incredible.
that was an
Wow.
incredible win. Good win for the Big 12. Thank
Yes.
you very much. And see, we're not, yeah, like I pull for the Big 12 schools all the time. The SEC schools, I'll tell you what, people, if y'all ever make it back to these games, just kidding. We'll pull for y'all. I'm just playing. But seriously, get your guns up this weekend. It's not going to hurt. And you're going to find out you may like it. Just goes like that.
Floating guns
Yeah,
up
yeah,
here.
still can't really. I like that. Like there, like that. It didn't hurt. But it's going to be a great weekend. Risk Raiders. We're going to be back on Friday with you for another show. Hopefully, we'll have good news for you. But regardless of the ball game, we are going to be psyched up for 2026. We can't
Man,
wait to
26,
share
huge.
what we have coming up in 2026. So I
got
think
some
we've done
great
all the
stuff
damage we
planned.
can do, buddy. You feel
We've
good
got
about
some
it?
great stuff planned. I mean, I'm so excited about some of the shows we got planned for next year. I don't want to talk about it because we're going to talk about that on
No,
Friday, but man,
that's in a couple of days. Today it is get your guns up, get your stuff that we talked about today. You can wear your flip-flops in the house, learn your lesson, stay off of Bumble, and everybody have a very, very happy new year.
yep. And be safe tonight. Use rideshare and keep your guns up for tomorrow.
Wreck
And
them,
we
and
will
we'll see you
y'all
Friday.
Friday.